It's been 4 years, and I think we can all agree Breshad Perriman has not lived up to his hype of being a number one receiver in the league, let alone being a first-round pick in the league. But whatever I were to tell you, I would rather label him as a late bloomer instead of a first-round bust. There's many reasons for this, so let me get into the film breakdown and show you guys why I think Breshad Perriman could be a huge X factor for the New York Jets this upcoming season. For this first play, I want to take a look at Breshad Perriman's speed and athleticism that really allows him to blow the top off of defenses and what makes him such a special talent. So as we see here, the lines are going to be dropping into a cover 4 zone, basically meaning they're going to be splitting the deep field into 4 quarters. This is a really good coverage to stop a lot of deep balls. It's a very standard coverage to prevent a deep pass. We see the 3 linebackers are going to be playing underneath the zones, kind of protecting anything underneath. So with this cover 4, the Buccaneers are going to call a play action here out of 12 personnel, where we're going to see Cameron Brate will be running a deep over route, and Breshad Perriman will be running a deep post route. So as we see at the snap of the ball, Buccaneers are on the play action. This sucks both the middle linebackers up to fill the running gaps, highlighted in blue here. This vacates a huge space on the opposite side of the field towards the numbers for Cameron Brate to run into. As we see here, the safety circled in white sees this opening come, and the safety has to make a decision here. He has to put his foot on the ground and play that open space and fill that open space to prevent a quick throw underneath Cameron Brate, or he has to stay in his deep quarter to defend the middle of the field. As we see though, the safety decides to step down, cover Cameron Brate, defend against a quick first down. This is an issue though, because with Breshad Perriman running a deep post route with no one guarding the middle of the field, and the corner that's on him is 2 steps to the outside of him, there's gaping space for Breshad Perriman to run to. And when it comes to Breshad Perriman, there's not a single corner in the league that can keep up with him because he runs a 4.2 speed. So see it full go here. Breshad Perriman's speed is unmatched. If the Jets can scheme him up into one-on-one matchups, he's basically unguardable, blowing the top off of any defense in the league. Perriman's speed and athleticism has been well known ever since he came out into the league, running sub-4 340s when he was drafted in the first round by the Ravens. Let's take a deeper look though and look at his route running, his ability to win routes underneath, and what can make him possibly a number 1 receiver for the Jets. So the Buccaneers are in 11 personnel here. They're going to motion the running back out of the backfield, which will expose the Texans' cover 1 man here. Basically meaning everyone has manned up assignments across the board, except the safety will be dropping in a deep zone, protecting against any deep shots. The linebacker will be playing a zone coverage here, kind of taking away any quick man beaters such as drags, quick slants, etc. The Buccaneers will use the tight end to run a quick hitch route to kind of distract the middle linebacker and suck him up, creating space for the quick slants to work in the back. So we see Perriman has a one-on-one matchup with a quick slant. This is perfect. This is what we need to see him win on. So Perriman needs to win his release here if he wants to win the route. At the snap of the ball, Perriman goes for a speed release, taking 2 long strides at the corner's outside shoulder. As we see here circled in red, the corner flips his hips open, getting ready to run to defend a fade route or a go route, whatever it may be. But Perriman uses this to his advantage. As the corner flips his hips, he's going to sink his hips, cut back inside on the slant, and that half a second it takes for the corner to flip his hips back inside, as we see here, Perriman gets about a 2-yard cushion on him. This 2-yard cushion is plenty of room for him to work. Jameis Winston throws him a shot right at his chest. Perriman catches it, and we see there's a ton of space for him to work it into. But sadly, as we see Jameis Winston throws kind of a ball to his back shoulder, doesn't really lead him, lets him work into space. Takes away his total yardage count here. But these little nuances in his running game and his football IQ here, to be able to learn how to run routes properly and kind of be able to beat these one-on-one matchups, is what will allow him to hopefully develop into a number 1 receiver for the Jets. Only looking at 2 plays, it may seem like a small sample size to encompass what Breshad Perriman is as a player, but these 2 plays do a really good job for you to understand who he is as a player. He's an explosive playmaker that can blow the top off of any defense. He runs blazing sub-4 340s, he has long strides to attack out in space, and he's really refined his route running over this past season, working with Chris Godwin and guys like Mike Evans. He's a great receiver that still has a lot of potential left. He took a season, learned in Bruce Arians' offense, a historically very strong offense. He learned under some of the best in the game in Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And now the Jets got him on a steal for a 1-year deal, replacing the Robbie Anderson speed and explosion for someone that I would say is more explosive and has much faster than Robbie Anderson for a much cheaper deal. And only being a 1-year deal, there's not a lot of risk involved with the Jets. They needed to add pieces for Sam Darnold, and I think they found themselves an upgrade trade for Robbie Anderson. I believe Breshad Perriman is going to be a strong player for the Jets. We've seen reports coming from camps almost every week now. Breshad Perriman is making some splash play. He's enjoying working with Sam Darnold. They're really building a relationship. And I'm really hoping Breshad Perriman can develop into that number one receiver for the Jets. And I really think he can have a strong year, looking for 800 yards to 1,000 yards and 4 to 6 touchdowns this year. He's an explosive playmaker. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Leave a like and subscribe for more content.